Let's try Mathematics Grade 11 Paper 1, November. Question 1. Solve for x in the following. So we're going to start from 1.1.1. 1.1.1. So it says x squared minus 3x. X squared minus 3x is equals to 0. So what are we going to do here? We're going to take out the common factor, x as a common factor. So with x, and then since we took out x here, we're left with only 1x, then minus 3 is equals to 0. So since we're in this situation now, this is equal to this and this is equal to this. So we're going to have x is equal to 0, or x is equals to this one to the other side is going to be positive 3. So x is 0 or x is 3, just like that. So 1.1.2 x 3x plus 1 is equals to 5. So when you are in this situation, what you must do first, you multiply everything inside the bracket by x, and then you take 5 to the other side, and then you are going to have a standard form. So x times 3x, that is going to be 3x squared plus x, that is x times 1, then minus 5 is equals to 0. So since now we have a standard form, and this one, it can be factorized. So since it can be factorized, it means that you must round your final answer or your answer to 2 decimal places. That means you're going to need the quadratic equation. So x is equals to negative b plus or minus the square root b squared minus 4ac divide, make sure you divide everything here, by 2a. So our b, this is b as 1, this is a as 3, this is c as negative 5. So negative b as 1 plus or minus the square root b as 1 squared minus 4, a as 3, c as negative 5. And then we divide 2a as 3. So when you're in this situation, just punch the calculator, but first you ignore the negative sign. You use the positive sign first. So let me simplify this. We're going to have negative 1, that is negative times 1, plus or minus the square root of 61. So when you do everything inside the square root, we're going to have 61. Then divide by 6. So when you're in the situation, just punch the calculator, ignore the negative sign first, to use the positive one. And then we're going to have we're going to have 1, 14 when you use the positive one, and then for the negative one, we're going to have negative 1, 4, 7. So these are the answers as 2 decimal places. Remember the instruction. And then 1.1.3 2x squared minus 5x plus 3 is less than 0. So this is an inequality. That means we're going to need the critical values first. So what are we going to do now? We are looking for the critical values. So we factorize first, less than 0. So the factors for 2x squared is 2x and x. The factors for 3, we're going to have 3 here, we're going to have 1. We only have 3 and 1 and nothing more. And then the positive sign here, it means that the signs are the same. It's either positive and positive or negative and negative. The middle sign, it tells us that the bigger number must carry the negative sign. So it means that we're going to have negative and negative. So from here, the critical values, as you see V, we have 2x minus 3 is equals to 0, or x minus 1 is equals to 0. So 2x is equals to 3, then divide by 2, x is equals to 3 over 2. And then for this one, x is equals to 1. Take the negative 1 to the other side. Then the x is equals to 1. So now we'll go straight to the number line. So here we're going to have 1 and 3 over 2. So since it says less, all the answers are here. If it's greater, you show both sides. So since it's less, it means that our answers are between 1 and 3 over 2. Not after 3 over 2, not before 1. So now let's check. All the answers here are less than. It means that x is less than what? All the answers here, they are less than 3 over 2. So they are less than 3 over 2. X is less than 3 over 2. But all the answers from here to that side, they are greater than 1. So it means that x is greater than 1. So x is greater than 1, but it's less than 3 over 2. So that's how we should answer this type of question, as long as it is in equality. So let's check 1.1.4. So 1.1.4, 2 root x plus 2 is equal to x minus 1. So here, since this side only have the square root and the other side we don't have the square root, so it means that we need to clear the square root by squaring both sides. Squared. So from here, what we're going to have, we have 2 squared. So 2 squared is going to give us 4, and then we open the bracket, x plus 2. As long as there's a square root, when you square, you chase the square root. So now this side, let's say we have x minus 1 as the squared. So 4 times x, that is 4x. 4 times 2, that is positive 8. And then it's equals to x times x is x squared. X times negative 1, that is negative x. Negative 1 times x, that is negative x. Negative 1 times negative 1, that is positive 1. And then let's group everything on the right hand side, for example. So we're going to start with x squared. So that is x squared. Negative x, that means it's minus 2x. Then positive 1, this one. Then we're taking 4 to the other side, it's going to be minus 4x. We're taking 8 to the other side, it's going to be negative 8, then it's equals to 0. So from here, we have x squared, it's alone. Then we have 2x and 4x, they are like terms. So it means that it's either we add or subtract. But since it's negative 2 minus 4, then they're going to give us negative 6x. Here we have negative 1 minus 8, they are like terms. So it's like 1 minus 8. 1 minus 8 is minus 7. Then it's equals to 0. So from here, we factorize. And then we're looking for the factors of x squared, which is x and x. The factors of 7 is only 7 and 1. Just like that. When you subtract them or you add them, they're going to give you 6. So this one, this sign, it means that our signs are different. Positive and negative. The middle sign, it means that the bigger number must carry the negative sign. So the bigger number here is 7, that means going to carry the negative sign. And then this one is going to be the positive one. So here we have x minus 7 is equal to 0, or x plus 1 is equal to 0. So from here now, x is equal to 7, or x is equal to minus 1. So up to this step, you are not done. Now we have to check. You go back to the original equation and substitute all the values. So we start with the positive 7. We are going to say 2, that is 2, then the square root 7 is for x plus 2, then it's equals to 7 minus 1. So this is going to give us, this is 9, the square root of 9 is 3, so it's going to give us 6, and then the other side is going to give us 6. It means that 7 is correct. Now let's check the other one, negative 1, 2, the square root, negative 1 plus 2, then it's equals to negative 1 minus 1. So here it's going to give us 1, the square root of 1 is 1, so 1 times 2 is 2. Then it's equals to this one, negative 1, negative 1, going to give us negative 2. So this is not, these are not the same. So it means that we're going to conclude and say, therefore, x is equal to 7. So this is your final mark. So when we mark, we're going to give you 1 mark for the conclusion. So we're going to give you a mark here for telling us that x is equal to 7. And then we're going to give you a mark for squaring both sides. And then we're going to give you a mark for the standard form. And then 2 marks, I think, for the factorization. So all in all, it's 5 marks. So that's how we're going to deal with it. So let's move on. Now 1.1.2, it says solve for x and y simultaneously. So this one's going to need a new page. So solving the simultaneous equation, we need 2 equations, the simplest one and the complex one. So the simplest one, it says x plus, so this is 1.2. It says x plus 3y is equals to 2. And then the other one is x squared minus 3xy is equals to 4. So from here, what are we going to do now? We choose between x and y. Which one are going to make the subject of the formula from the simplest equation? So this is our simplest equation. You choose which one are you going to make the subject of the formula. So I choose x. So it means that here I'm going to say x is equals to 2 minus 3y. So I will call this one equation 1. And then I will call this one equation 2. So from this one, now I'm going to say, I'm going to substitute equation 1 into equation 2. That's what I'm going to do. So this is my equation 1. Where there is x, it means that I will substitute x with a 2 minus 3y. So here there is x, I see x. It means that there is 2 minus 3y squared minus 3. There is x again. 2 minus 3y, then multiply by y, then it's equals to 4. So now we move. Let's do this. 2 minus 3y, 2 minus 3y minus, and let me copy this one, 2 minus 3y, then y, then it's equals to 4. So 2 times 2, this is 4. 2 times negative 3y, this is minus 6y. Negative 3y times 2 minus 6y. minus 3y is going to give us positive 9y squared. Then minus, this is the negative 3 times 2, that is 6, then times y. So it's 6 times y, which is y. 3 times 3y, that is positive. It's negative times negative is positive. 9y times y, which is 9 squared. Then it's equals to 4. So from here, let's check. We group the like terms and do the stuff. We have negative y, we have positive 9y squared, 9y squared. So it's like 9 plus 9, which is 18y squared. And then we have negative 6y, negative 6y, negative 6y. So when we add them together, they're going to give us negative 18y, and then plus 4, this one, and then we take this 4 to the other side. It's going to be minus 4, then it's equals to 0. So here we have 18y squared minus 18y, 4 minus 4 is 0. So we're going to have equals to 0. So from here, let me say we divide the whole equation by 18. 18. So here we're going to have 9y, y squared minus y, is equals to 0. So we take y as the common factor. So y minus 1, and then it's equals to 0. So y is equals to 0, or y is equals to 1. So since we have y is equals to 0 and y is equals to 1, now we're looking for the value of x. So we said x is equals to negative, it's 2 minus 3y. This is the equation that we've created. So we're going to use it. So 2 minus 3. Now what is y? Y is 0. We're choosing 0 now. 0. And then this is 2 minus 0. That is 2. And then same stuff, x equals to 2 minus 3y. 2 minus 3. Now what is y? Y is 1 now. So we put 1. And then this is 2 minus 3. And 2 minus 3 is what? It's negative 1. So this is how we deal with the simultaneous equation. And then let's check the last question. So I'm going to need a new page again.